Good morning, everybody. Welcome you all to another session of the press conference. I think if I'm right, this is the fourth of its kind. The bi-weekly press conference that is organized by the Minister of Information. To ask the government heads of department, heads of organization to come and give an update about their ongoing works, developments that are ongoing. And also, today we have in our midst today, we'll be having the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Professor Pierre Gomes, who will be joining us later. And we have the Managing Director of NABEC by the name Galosedi, sorry for that. And also with his team, Marlene Roberts and Pat Sow. And sorry if I... Matat Manjang also from NABEC. Now, the agenda for today would be like the Honorable Minister of Information, Dr. Ismail Assise would give an update of the government information. Then from there, if Professor Pierre Gomes is around, then he would also give his, the deliberations. Then followed by the Director of MD of NABEC. So without much ado, I would call on, the Honorable Minister of Information, my name is Ismail Assise, to come and give an update on government information. Thank you. Honorable Minister, thank you. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, members of the press here present today. It gives me great pleasure to meet you once again as part of our periodic press briefing. Like I've always emphasized, that it is the wish of His Excellency the President Adama Barrow to connect Gambians to government by taking information from government to the people and bringing information from the people to the government. And you as the media, you play a critical role in this because you are the one that play that mediary role. You bring information from the public and you take information to the public. So we thank you for your presence today. It pleases also, again, for me to inform you that the next last Friday, 8th of June, at the conference center here, we'll be having the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Demba Sabali, to come and do his, and his entire team, to come and face Gambians to discuss what the ministry is doing. From the same ministry, I bring you also updates that the Gambia government has reduced the price of fertilizer from $1,150 to $1,100 per bag, adding a subsidy worth of $24 million on top of last year's 50% subsidy. It means our government will put 50% of the price of fertilizer for farmers this year, all geared towards ensuring that farmers get access to cheap fertilizer, but also get it on time so that they can farm and the farming season will be good, which will boost Gambia's economy. Now, there will be, currently in country, we have 479,000 metric tons, bags, 479,000 bags of fertilizer, equivalent to 23,000 metric tons, which is already in the country. An additional 100,000 bags, that is 5,000 metric tons, will arrive in the country. So farmers are assured of ample supply of fertilizer. The Gambia government is committed to supporting farmers with essential inputs and equipment to boost agriculture in the country. Now, the final update has to do with some changes in government. If you bear with me, I'll get those changes soon. Now, if you could recall, it was announced recently that there has been some changes. The Director of DLEAG, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Mr. Bakari Gassama, has been redeployed to the Foreign Service as Deputy Head of Mission in China. In the same vein, Demba Sise has been appointed as the DG of DLEAG, that is the Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Adama Drame, the Executive Director of the National Aid Secretariat, has been promoted as PS2, Permanent Secretary 2, to the Ministry of Health. Alpha Khan, the Deputy Executive Director of National Aid Secretariat, Secretariat, has been promoted as the Executive Director of the same institution. Mr. Lamin Jadama, former the SIS, that is State Intelligence Services DG, has been redeployed as Deputy Executive Director to the National Disaster Management Agency. These are the updates from government, and I thank you all for your presence. On the agenda, we'll have NAWEC to present. We'll give the NAWEC MD 10 minutes to discuss and give updates about its institution's activities, priorities, programs, and its vision. As you would recall, he has been recently, about roughly 3 months ago, appointed as the new MD of NAWEC. We'll give him 10-15 minutes to do his presentation. Then we'll take question and answers from him. Now we'll go to Professor Gomez, the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Science, Research, and Technology, to also do his presentation. And then we'll open the floor for the media to ask questions.
Members of the press and all the participants here today, good morning. This is my first press briefing to the public since I have been appointed as the MD of NAWEC. NAWEC is the institution that is the backbone of this country's economy. So if NAWEC is doing well, this economy is going to do well. If NAWEC is not doing well, the economy is not going to do well. So that is the realities of it. And it's one of the biggest institutions in this country under the government. Now, I have been entrusted to come and lead NAWEC. It's a big responsibility, a big load on my shoulders. And I'm aware of the challenges that NAWEC have. And it's not an easy journey. It's going to get worse before it gets better. I know that NAWEC is not very famous right now because of all the issues that are happening. We have in power outages, we have in water shortages. But it doesn't mean that there are no plans in place to try to sort those problems out. So there are a lot of projects right now on the ground happening, both on the water and on the electricity side. So my expectations are within the next year to 2 years, these problems of frequent outages of power and intermittent supply of water will not be 100% resolved, but I would say up to 80-90% resolved. Just remember, this country is growing very fast. If you look at maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, where the Gambia was before and today, you can see the development is increasing, building, and this is creating a lot of demand. It's very old. Expectations are you have to meet the demand 100%. It's not a reality that you can meet. That's the fact. But however, can be better? The answer is yes. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? The answer is yes. Can the Gambia electricity in a way that it satisfies Gambian populace? The answer is yes. We can do it. And there are projects in place. If you look at the roadmap that was set for the Gambia, that electricity access to everybody in this country is a bold vision for this country. And it's not only a vision, it's going to be a reality because the projects are on the ground. It's happening as we speak. So if you want to electrify the entire Gambia, it's not a small task. It's a big task. So from my side as a new step to another step, now I have to take it from where it is now to the next level. And my vision is I want NAWEC to be one and say that it's an outreach. But no, it's a possibility. We have a lot of potential. There are a lot of opportunities for environment, for investors to come into the Gambia. And it is the private sector that is going to grow and meet the demand that we need to give to meet the expectations of our populace. So because the political environment is stable, the economy is going in the way that is positive, we have a lot of interest from it. So on a nutshell, what I am going to tell the Gambian population is that just if you don't have water, if you don't have electricity, it's not an easy one. I feel the pain myself to do something about it. Just the other day, we have been given some punity to do it. So the SOE Commission have done their job, and His Excellency have said you have to do it. And if you have to highlight it, let the public know. If you don't know, then you make assumptions. So there's a lot of things that NAWEC is doing in the background and government is supporting that people don't know, and they are positive things. But because people don't know the positive things, the trigger for the negative things is the power outages and lack of water. And that's why NAWEC is not famous. So maybe we have to do better in our PR area. But for me as an individual and as a Gambian, my vision is in 2 years' time, NAWEC will be one of the best utilities in the sub-region. And it is going to reach out to everybody, not just the GBA, into the provinces everywhere. So on that note, I would like to say to the Gambians, with all the issues that you are having right now, we are very sorry. We are doing something about it. And hopefully in 2 years' time, we'll come back here and you can hold me accountable. I have my technical team here with me. I would like to bring on the electricity director. So he can just give you a quick brief on the types of projects that are currently being implemented that will move us from where we are now to the position where we can try to meet the demand for electricity. So Pate, if you don't mind, I would like to bring you to come and brief the public on that. And thank you very much for your time.
My name is Pate Sow. I'm the operating officer for the electricity business unit. Yes, MD, you are right. There is a lot of unknown within NAWEC and our activities. Before going further, I wish to apologize to some of our customers within the Bijilo Tranquil area for the incident that happened on the 15th, 16th of June 2024. Yes, it was an incident that took us almost 16 hours to restore. But luckily, we were able to mobilize and restore supply. But our apologies that we are doing everything possible to ensure that outages of that nature are minimized. Yes, coming back to the projects. We've been working with the World Bank from 2017 to ensure that we have a network that is fit for purpose. Looking at what we are operating in the Gambia here, we have only distribution system. You don't have transmission at different level. You distribute and then you transmit at the same level. Any problem you have on the system will trigger an outage, and that is not fit for purpose. This is why you have transmission and distribution. At the transmission level, you transmit energy, and then at the other level, you distribute at that level to your customers. But this is not happening in our system. We have worked with the World Bank We had done a feasibility study 2017, 2018, and we have embarked on a project. Yes, the projects are delayed because of safeguard issues, because we have benchmark that we had to follow. Those have delayed our projects. We have a 225 that should have been commissioned in 2022. Unfortunately, we are still dragging to get that project accomplished because of individual that we had to compensate, and some of them are resisting the compensation. But we hope, with the help of the government, their engagement, that we will be able to accomplish that. So that if the 225 is completed, commissioned, just like the OMVG system, we'll be able to have, for the first time, a transmission line that will help us to evacuate power and then distribute at the lower level. That means stability will be achieved. If that is done, when a fault occurs in one of those lines, you'll be able to have stability on the other side. The incident that happened in Bijilo the last time would have been averted because you will have different sources to that supply. But presently, that is not happening. We don't have redundancy in the system. When one fails, the other one cannot operate. The other system cannot operate. Having said that, this is why we have embarked on different projects to ensure that the 225 is commissioned by at least 2024. We have 6 transmission or distribution lines from that substation that is in Jabang that will evacuate power to our customers. And those 6 lines will give us the opportunity to ensure when one fails, the others will be able to supply energy. And not only that, if it fails, it will not affect the entire system. But presently, the power that we are evacuating at the 33 kV line, if you lose one, it's just like you are standing with 2 legs and those 2 legs are carrying the whole load. If one fails, definitely the entire system will collapse. And that what we are faced with. The other issue is the distribution system within Banjul and the like. Some of those installations were installed in 1970, 1960, when it was just, the system was just like a standby generator that you have in your house. And this is what has been expanded, a standby system to take care of an entire nation over time. And that's what MD said, the adequate infrastructure is not in place. And the expectations are high. And this has not been communicated to the public to the extreme, so that at least they know what we are operating. NAWEC staff are suffering because what they have, you compare the Gambia and Senegal, that outages are not happening there because the systems are different. Senegal have 3 levels. You have the 225, you have the 90, and then you have the 30 kV system. Then you get to this distribution. Any fault at the distribution level, you will not see it at the higher level. And that's why even our 225, those in the provinces, they can see the stability in Soma, the stability in the other area. Because the outages that they are having are very minimal compared to the GBA that we have here. And having said that, we have also expanded on our offloading system. When you transmit, you have to transform your system to a usable voltage. And we had series of inadequacy. That is, when you have the capacity available, you cannot offload everything. You load it. Because, for instance, Bijilo, those who were in Bijilo area, you can see a year ago, even when the capacity is there, we had to go and load it because the capacity for the transformation is not there. It is not adequate. So we have embarked on that by upgrading some of those transformers. Where you have 5 MVA, we are putting in a 10 MVA. Where you have a 10 MVA, we are putting in a 20 MVA. And this project has started and it is at an advanced stage. We'll be able to at least evacuate all the power that we have within the system without doing load setting to our system. The other issue, that is the upgrade in the GBA system. The other issue that we are embarking on is to expand electricity to every Gambian. And we have different projects. We have the ECORIC, we have the JIP, we have Backbone 1 and Backbone 2. And these 5 projects are to ensure every Gambian will have access to electricity. If you don't have it in your house, your community will have access to electricity. We are electrifying the entire Gambia by 2025, inshallah, because these are all committed projects that are all already in the implementation phase. Not only that, we are trying to stabilize the system. You have electricity, but it has to be reliable. Reliability and quality, because this is why the upgrades that we are doing to ensure that the low voltage that some of our customers are still suffering from will also be eliminated. In a nutshell, this is what we are doing. And also, yes, I forgot the NCC. Presently, in all our primary substations and all our network, we operate manually. You need a vehicle when there is a problem to run all the way to Sanyang, all the way to Gunjur to isolate certain areas. But with the NCC, when it is commissioned, you will be able to visualize the voltage, the current that is being transmitted into your line. Not only that, you can sit in that NCC, the National Control Center, and monitor and then control. That means control, you switch off. You see, wherever you feel there is a problem, you can, by a trigger of a button on your computer, you'll be able to isolate some of those areas. And those are all key achievements that we are working on. And equally on the power generation, you know, energy mix. I know fossil fuel, you know, most of the time these are issue lubricants and the like. And this has bearing to our foreign currency, to our dollars. And whenever we procure, you see what the market, you know, experience, because NAWEC is big. Fuel, lubricants, spare parts, all those things, you have to procure them on hard currency. And what you are getting is the dollars. And definitely we are faced with a lot of problems. This is why we have diversified to ensure that we have renewable energy that will help us. At least the initial capital, yes, is intensive, but when you have it, at least it will help you to minimize the cost of kilowatt per hour. And this is why we have just commissioned a 23 megawatt per hour in Jambur that is operational, and it is the best. That means the frequency control is there, because you know the sun, you are not in charge of it. But when the sun goes down, you have the battery to take care of that intermittent, so that at least your system is stable. And this is one of the best in the world that we are bringing to the Gambian population. Thank you.
For giving an update on the current issues and also empathizing with the public in terms of what the people are experiencing now. And also, Mr. Gallo, is it Gallo? Also, thank you very much for also giving us an update on the current situation and also what plans you have in place, to address all these challenges that are ongoing now. And now we have also another expert from NAWEC by the name Marlene Roberts, to also give us an update. Marlene?
Thanks for having me. My name is Marlene Roberts. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Water and Sewage Business Unit. We recognize that there's a lot of community at the moment that is undergoing some issues with their water supply, whether or not it is intermittent or whether or not there's no water supply. For that, we say sorry. However, and as the MD previously alluded to, there is light of the tunnel. Currently, we have 3 projects on hand. We have a project from the World Bank, which is supporting our infrastructure. They're currently having, they will be creating about 5 boreholes within the Brikama well field that will support the Brikama treatment plant. It will also support communities within the provincial area. They're also upgrading and rehabilitating some of our water storage tanks like in the Brikama Nemasu area and in the Banjul area. So that will help to boost our storage capacity within the network. We also have another project, which is the OIC project, which should have been commissioned prior to the OIC. Unfortunately, it was not. But nevertheless, that project is still on, where we will have 13 boreholes. We will also have a treatment plant within the Sangyan area, and some of that water will also pump into the GB area to supply the Bijilo and the Brusabe Tranquil area. There's also another project which is funded by the French Development Bank, which is the WASIP project. Now, the objective of the WASIP project is three-phased. Phase one is where they rehabilitate the existing infrastructure that is currently not functional. And this is, for example, tanks that have been bypassed and other infrastructural upgrade of pumps, etc. Now, that project is it's in its advanced stage, which is the phase one, is the advanced stage of procurement, and we hope to have those works implemented and construction and put back in operation by the end of 2025. So that project, what it will do, it will restore your system to its intended mode of operation, meaning some areas that usually get water that is currently not getting water will start having their water. Now, there's a second phase of that project, which is a more medium-term project, where they'll be looking to drill approximately 10 shallow boreholes within the Quito-Sifa area. A treatment plant will be built in that area, and they will also be looking to develop 4 what they call mastrition boreholes. Now, those are very deep boreholes, anywhere from about 450 meters to approximately 600 meters in depth. And those boreholes will be better boreholes that will be used to augment and supply the area. The third phase of that project is to develop a complete master plan for the water supply, not only within the GBA, but also within the provincial area. You heard the MD alluded to the electricity roadmap. Now, the master plan is similar to that, where it will direct how the water sector will grow in supplying the Gambian population with water supply. So there are projects in the background to help to bridge the gap in the not have and the have, so that everyone can have. Now, these projects aim to supply the population up to 2030, and the master plan will look to direct how we grow the water sector up to the year 2050. So those are some of the projects. But nonetheless, outside of those donor-funded projects, the business unit, water business unit within NAWEC are also embarking on smaller little projects where we're targeting individual areas that may be having issues and developing our own boreholes to help supplement. Recently, we did one in Nemasu, and those people are having water. Also in the Bundung area, this borehole is expected to be transmitted up to the Bundung area. It will not alleviate the problem, but it will go a long way in improving the existing situation. So as I stand here, I can only ask the Gambian people, please be patient with us. We are working behind the scenes. You may not have realized the benefits yet, but it is to come. So please accept our apologies and work with us to try and get it. And I just want to make it clear here, all the assets that NAWEC owns and operates belong to the Gambian people. Over time, we've been experiencing a lot of vandalism, especially with our boreholes. Now, if one borehole go down, it can affect a wide area of people. So we're also asking the Gambian people to be vigilant. Where you have NAWEC assets within your community, let us all take care of it together and be vigilant and make sure no one damages the asset. It is ours. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marlene, for that update. The good thing about this is sharing the information. Now the people are actually realizing that. I mean, NAWEC has actually accepted the hardship that the people are going through, but then they've also had some plans and concrete plans for that matter, I mean, to address all that. So with all these, I mean, projects that have been, alluded to, if they're, implemented and the problem that the people are going through would be the thing of the past. So thank you very much for that update. Now we go on to higher education. We have Professor Per Gomez in our midst and his team, and then we have Professor also to come and give an update. Yeah. Yes, you can come to the front here.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Let me use that. While the technicians are fixing the laptop, I want to seize this opportunity to congratulate the Honorable Minister of Information, Dr. Ismail Sise, and his team for the foresight, for the excellent initiative to really having this dialogue between the policymakers and the Gambian people through the media, who are agents of change for development. So, Honorable Minister, congratulations. And we are duty-bound as policymakers to come out from our comfort zone and be talking to our people, those that we are serving. Also want to use the opportunity to thank the MD of NAWEC and the rest of the team for the explanation. They are very, very clear, and the plans. So we encourage you for this, for the work that you're doing. Want to also thank the MOHAS team that is here, the permanent secretary, deputy permanent secretaries, and the directors. They are all here. So that whenever I do not get it right, they will all rush to come and rescue me and help. Okay, you know. So I want to also thank the media for being around. What I intend to do is give you a rundown of some of the issues and in a PowerPoint format, so you can follow through the presentation. And then later, when I conclude, the permanent secretary, Dr. Yusufa Toure, will come on board and really give a rundown of issues. Maybe in the process, I must have forgotten certain issues, so that you get the maximum piece of info regarding the whole process. The first, the presentation will try to look at the different activities from our different satellite institutions. And obviously, we'll start with the University of the Gambia. As you all know, the Gambia government finally, under the instruction of His Excellency President Barrow, was able to deliver Faraba as expected, and we were told that it was irreversible, and phase 1 was delivered, and now the School of Arts and Sciences, School of Education, School of Business and Public Administration, School of Information and Communication Technology, the library, 7 isolated villas and 1 married villa, external works and an electricity, power station, and water and waste treatment plants are all available here at Faraba, all delivered. This is just lot 1. We haven't done. We are also planning to have lot 2, and lot 2 is the Chancery Building, the Faculty of Law, the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, and other external works. So, God willing, end of next year, we hope to go back to Faraba and inaugurate this infrastructure. The Chancery Building is going to be 7 stories. 7 stories. That's going to be the Chancery Building. No longer, I'm seeing among the journalists, the UTG students and other stuff and so on. So they know what it called the Chancery Building. So the one we are talking about is Muslim Gogis spend. So you're going to have a different one. But all these things, it's not only the structure, but state-of-the-art equipment. So that's what it's going to. And the other issue also is we're going to have the dormitories, and that is this will be built by MRC Holland Foundation, and they will be this is going to be at zero cost to government. This, you know, all know MRC Holland Foundation is a key partner of the Gambia government. You have to be very strategic. The others that I talked about, these are loans. You and I are going to pay for that. So, but we cannot to spend millions. This is over $150 million. Do the maths to do conversion in dollars to know how much the Gambia government, under the leadership of His Excellency President Barrow, is spending on UTG alone. So if we now have to add other stuff and like the dormitories, hey, even our children will find it difficult to pay that. So we have to be very strategic. So working with other partners, and we will later see the strategy that we are using, you know, because our budget from the national office will not help us really address some of these issues. So we need to look at all these things. So the dormitories for the students at Faraba Banta will be built by MRC Holland Foundation. And you all know MRC Holland Foundation. They are very serious. So when they start, very rapidly, things will work. They are now working on the design as I'm talking to you. So, and once that is done, they will just award the contracts, and within some months, they will start delivering. So the other one also is, you must have noticed some months ago, His Excellency President Barrow received the Secretary General of the Organization of Southern Cooperation, OAC, based in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. And during that visit, we engaged him. And then later, we went to Addis and signed an MOU with this organization. And they're planning to build 2 regional research centers, okay? One in the around the Latin Americas and so on, and the other one in Africa. So we're able to convince them that the one for Africa, for it to be built in the Gambia, and so that it will serve as a hub for the rest of Africa as a research center. So where you'll have other scholars from other parts of the continent who will be working here in the Gambia. So we work with them and sign an MOU. They have agreed. So they're going to build the center, and we also propose that we don't want it to be built anywhere else apart from at UTG. That is at Faraba Banta, for it to serve as a center, as a research center. But it will serve everybody, not only UTG. UTG is just housing it as a space, but other scholars from other countries will be working there. So not necessarily the UTG staff. So it's going to be semi-autonomous also, because it's going to be an intergovernmental organization. So that's what we have, and we started working with them on the different areas of research that we'll work on. The other one is the Gambren. My PS is always very, very particular about this one. So this one is going to be also a game changer. We are working with Mogdi, Minister of Digital Economy, to really work on the digitalization of our systems within the higher education fraternity and ecosystem. So this is creating an opportunity to link educationists and researchers with their counterparts in other parts of the globe. And that will also address the issue of connectivity, because this will going to give the researchers and students high-speed connectivity. And the other thing also is, and that's the novelty, once it is done, roll out, you can, all our tertiary and higher education institutions will get that internet connectivity. And it means also, if you are Gambia College or MDI, you go to UTG, you can have access to internet without asking for the password. You will have to use your password at Gambia College or MDI to have access, because it's going to be a national network. Better than that, if you find yourself, let's say you come from UTG, you go to UK or to America, you go to some of the universities that have the same system, you can also have access to their internet. For instance, you go to Oxford and they have this similar system. You can have access to internet without asking for the password. You just need to use your UTG password, and then you have access. The same thing to those at Gambia College, NDI, USET, and so on. And this will be made available to all our tertiary and higher education institutions. That's the ultimate objective, because this is what is happening in the West. This is something that we want to have in the Gambia, and we are working on it. It's a project. It's a regional project. Okay, so that is what we intend to work on. The other one is, by the way, before I finished UTG, we also thinking of working on the School of Medicine, also constructing the School of Medicine at Faraba. Right now, we've done the concept note. We've also now working on the feasibility studies, and then go for resource mobilization. The cost is over $43 million just for the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences alone, because the design of the Faraba Banta campus did not include the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences. And right now, the School of Medicine is rejecting over 60 to 70% of qualified candidates. And the reason is because of lack of space. So you will have people applying at UTG. School of Medicine and Allied Health Science at UTG is very competitive. They will take only 30 to maximum 40%. So 60 to 70% of qualified people are rejected. Not because they are not qualified, but because they cannot take that more than the number that they can afford. Okay, because of space and other realities. So what we are thinking is building new structures for them, having more space, but also giving them what they never had, state-of-the-art medical laboratories, so that things will improve. That's what we are heading to. And in the coming weeks, we will finalize the feasibility studies, and then with the Ministry of Finance, go for resource mobilization. They're just waiting for us on that. Instruction is given by His Excellency President Barrow. This is also in addition to what we were talking about earlier on. So the other thing also is now USET. This is another area, University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, formerly GTTI, Gambia Technical Training Institute. So for benefit of everybody, we no longer have GTTI in our books. We have USET, okay? So GTTI does not exist, okay, anymore. We have USET, University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology. And then I will explain, they have three components. So first component is the College of Science and Engineering. And this, we are building the campus in Brikama behind Gambia College. You've seen what we are doing, we've done at Faraba, That's for UTG. We're now building something also for USET at Faraba, and God willing, this year, we will all go there and inaugurate. So it's a year of inauguration, okay? 2024. Remember what I told you? 2024, year of delivery. So we need to deliver. That's what Gambian people expect of us, and that's the marching orders given to us by His Excellency President Barrow. So we will deliver. So 2024, we delivered Faraba, and this 2024, God willing, we must deliver USET in Brikama. So we'll be there in the coming months to really finish the work. So the College of Engineering is the one that is based in Brikama. That's the one we are building now. Currently, they are here in Oju Shuang. But it has, for the time being, 3 components. You know, the civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical and electronics engineering. By the way, end of this year, the first cohort of engineers will graduate, will complete, which means that we will be making history. It means since 1965, since we got independence, this will be the first time we will produce homegrown engineers. We now understand the technical problem we are having and so on. These road networks and all, most of them are non-Gambians. I keep on saying that we have a technical problem, and the technical problem must have a solution, and the solution is a system of containment. And that system of containment, you must have Gambians qualified. So when you get these loans and so on and so forth, you give it to Gambians, and you pay them, they do the work. So the money stays. So everybody now enjoys. But if the money comes, you're paying to non-Gambians, the money goes out. Then people will be, youths will say, Anna Halisby, and this and that and that. Halisby them now. Because we do not have the capacity to contain it. So the best solution and the sustainable response is to train our people. Hence, human capital. You cannot develop if you do not train your people. That's the best investment you can do. So for us, this is our matching orders. So you have the students currently, as among the engineers, 193. Imagine moving from 0 to 193, possible engineers in these different areas. For your info, what we've done is through the World Bank, the ACE, the Africa Center of Excellence project, we signed contracts with Kwame Nkrumah University in Ghana. They are the one sending their professors to coming to lecture the engineering program. We also signed a contract with De Montfort University in Leicester in the UK to be sending their professors here to be also running the entrepreneurship component of the program here at USET. Because the program that we are running is an engineering program, but it's an engineering that has entrepreneurship embedded. So every year, you must take classes on entrepreneurship. We will not wait for you to finish, then come and give you a lecture on entrepreneurship and so on. What you are studying, you start thinking of how to process that. Because the ultimate objective is to have job creators, not job seekers. When you come out, yes, if you are employed by government and others, it's fine. But that's not the ultimate objective. The ultimate objective is for you to be able to employ yourself and employ others. So that's the model, for it to be more hands-on and respond to the needs. So the curricula also is developed along that line. And in the process also, we've sent some of the USET staff for training elsewhere in different universities at PhD level, okay? And so that they can help in that regard. And whilst we send our people out for training, we also signed an agreement with Nigeria, the government, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and under the attack corps, so that they will help us. So that's why you noticed recently, for instance, they sent us 11 full professors and senior lecturers in engineering. And 7 others will be coming later and making it 18. This is unprecedented. 18 professors and senior lecturers in engineering for USEP. In essence, as I'm talking to you, with that number and the people they have more than what they need in terms of manpower. I know my gender people will always tell me I should not say manpower. Yeah, the capacity, let's put it that way, the personnel and so on. Okay, so this is what is happening. But the good thing is, the Gambia is not going to pay their salaries. It is Nigeria. They will be here for 2 years, and it can be extended. But it's Nigeria who will be paying their salaries. What we will do is to take care of their accommodation and their local transport. That's the only thing, nothing else. And you all know how to pay a professor of engineering. And I'm here with the Nawe people, they know. Most of these professors and so on, most of them want to be working with NAWEC and other companies and so on and so forth than coming to be in the classroom, because they will get more money outside than being in the classroom. So this is what we are doing. But thanks to the advice and directive of His Excellency President Barrow, we were able to get this support from Nigeria. So the other, I told you, the first component of USET is the College of Engineering, and I mentioned those programs. The second component of USET is the Institute for Technical Training, and this one is what replaces indirectly the former GTTI. Okay, we call it now the ITT, Institute for Technical Training. And there, but we've decided to expand it. So it is not just at this place in Kanifing or Old Joshua. So 2 issues there. We have existing campuses. You have the USET campus, which is a multi-purpose here in Joshua, Old Joshua, yeah. Then you also have the recently, completed multi-purpose TVET center in Demban, in the Fonyi. We also have the USET Kanilai campus. That one will be inaugurated very soon. And next semester, they will start their lectures also. You also have the USET Mansakonko campus. It's all multi-purpose. And then also, you have the Julangel campus in Basse. So it's also multi-purpose. They are all USET, under USET. So USET has the campus here, but also they have regional campuses. But in addition to this existing one, we are now having new campuses. Remember, this is a journey, a development journey, an academic journey. So we are now proposing new campuses, also TVET campuses. We're thinking of having 2 in CRR. One will be at Pachar campus. It will be specialized now. It's not going to be multi-purpose, but specialized. That's agribusiness. And then the other one going to be at Wasu is going to be multi-purpose. Okay, CRR North. Then now you have one in the Combos here. Is going to be a specialized TVET center on fisheries. This one never existed since independence. Remember what we are doing. We want to feed ourselves. We are not talking about food security. We are talking about food sovereignty. That's the agenda. You cannot do that if you don't have the personnel that can do it. So we've identified some sites, and already that's going to take place very soon, and through the World Bank project. So the funds are available. So we will going to do the construction very soon. So whilst we are working on the construction, since we don't have many specialists in these areas, we've decided to now send some of our youths outside for training. We need to prepare them for that rendezvous. That's why we sent 10 youths to Malawi, because they have a center of excellence, World Bank identified center of excellence on agribusiness and fisheries. And the Gambia government is the one paying for them. They have tuition fees and their stipends and everything. 10 of them to read agribusiness and fisheries at master's level. In addition to that number, 15 of them again have been identified and waiting now for any, the signal for them next semester also to go to this time to Turkey for training on fisheries and agribusiness, which means within 2 years, we will have in this country minimum of 25 specialists on agribusiness and fisheries at master's level in different areas of specialization on fisheries alone, and also agribusiness. This is the agenda. This is the vision. When they come, they will now work with the team that we have to really do that work. So this is what we're having. And then in addition to that, for North Bank, they will be having a TVET center also. But this time around, we want to get the private sector, and we work with the Ahmadiyya Mission, who wanted to build a TVET center at Nusrat. We were able to convince them that Nusrat is Nusrat. So whatever you do at Nusrat will remain Nusrat. So, and we would want to encourage them to go post-secondary, because when it comes to education, they stop at secondary level. So we wanted them to go post-secondary, and they really bought the idea. And now we took them to North Bank at Muguma and got the land for them. And now they gave them the papers. So waiting for them now to do the construction. Their headquarters have already given the green light. Approval is done. They're working on the logistics. And then later they will do the construction. And you all know the Ahmadiyya Mission, Nusrat and Masrur and other their schools, you know, they are centers of excellence. They are very good institutions. So they will also bring quality education in North Bank. I know the Kiankas will launch a counter-attack against the Badibunkas. So I will see what will be the results of that battle. Yes, the other third component now of USET is the Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So that is there. You have at Kanifing, Joshua, you have the Kanifing Hub, the Foundry, the Vocational Training Center, and also we through UNDP, we're working with UNDP now to come up with Uniport there, and they're going to really fund it. Already done. Now they are working on the procurement issue, and very soon they're going to get that one also. And KOICA, the Korean Development Agency, also supported with 3D printers and computer lab and so on. This is something that is there. You have also the Brikama. Once the campus is ready, we're going to also have a World Bank established innovation hub there, because in essence, most of our TVET centers, key regional TVET centers, we're going to also have innovation and entrepreneurship hubs. So in Brikama, behind the college where you have the USAID campus, you're going to have a World Bank established innovation hub equipped with state-of-the-art materials aligned with the 3 engineering programs that we talked about earlier on. That is mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electrical electronic engineering. All other hubs will be connected to this hub for capacity building and collaborative support. The PACHAR in CRR, also with the agribusiness, also will have an agribusiness innovation hub, so funded by the World Bank project, the RISE project. And then also we'll be having some technical assistance in that regard. In the combos also with the fisheries TVET center that we're going to have is going to have the same thing also. These hubs will facilitate internship, mentorship, incubation, and startups. We also going to expecting to have a second phase of the KOICA project with that is the Korean Development Agency. It phased out in December, the first phase, and it was very satisfactory. And now they're coming up to support some activities. And this phase will not only build the Gambia TVET Empowerment Center, GTEC. This is a novelty. It never happened in this country, but they will, through the KOICA project, we're going to build GTEC, and we're going to build it in Brikama at the campus there.
9 more minutes.
Okay, thank you. So we'll conclude very soon. Let me fast track it then. We're going to have it there, and then also we'll be training TVET teachers. Right now, we don't have that. We don't have TVET teachers. We don't train TVET teachers. What is happening is you do go to a TVET center, you get your certificate, your diploma, and with the experience, you will come and then teach again. So you don't, most of them don't have something higher than what they are teaching, the level that they are teaching. So with this project, we want to address that, to also train teachers for the TVET program, not